ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick.
Black woman allegedly gets hit on the head with a brick, and black men did absolutely nothing, stood around and did nothing. But were black men supposed to intervene? And in part 2 on Word on the Street, this innocent woman that got hit on the head on the brick, this whole thing could have been an elaborate hoax. Really? And stay to the end to see who gets this week's Stomp Award. Coming up next. Welcome to Rewind, my new online digital platform. Before we go any further, we're going to take care of some housekeeping. You know the deal. You know what to do. I want you to hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for future notifications. That way you are notified when a video comes up each and every week. I want this channel to grow, and I can't do it without your help. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. That way you are notified when a video comes out each and every week. And don't forget to check out my new hit suspense novel, The Third Rail. Check out how women lie. Check out how women deceive people. Check out these women who think they are so innocent and get themselves in a whole lot of heat. Online dating can get you killed. Check out my new hit suspense novel, The Third Rail, available on Amazon.com. The link is in the description below. News and views happening within the week. Rewind with Tommy Handsome. Let's get right to it. There's this Somali woman living in the Houston area who was out partying, and she gets hit on the head with a brick. Now check this out. She claims allegedly that a man was trying to get her phone number. She would not give the man her phone number, and this man retaliated by hitting her with a brick. Let's roll the tape.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, what are you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why is this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick, and all he is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they're all just watching, and they let that get in the car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
First of all, if this is true, it's not funny. One thing I do, or should I say I don't do, I don't condone violence of any sort. I don't condone violence against men, against women. I don't condone violence on any source. But I just find it strange that you did not give a man his phone number, and this man picked up a brick and hit you on the head simply because he didn't get your phone number. I just find that odd that a man is that thirsty that he's going to pick up a brick and do that type of violence to anyone. I think there's more to the story. Now, another thing that people were saying that you were taunting this man. Now, if a man has a brick in his hand, if this man is going to cause some type of violence, why are you, number one, going to stand there and let it happen? And number two, why are you going to keep taunting this individual if he says he's going to hit you on the head with an object? If anything like that happens, most people will do what? Shut their mouths and walk away. But according to certain sources, you were the one that was initiating and you were the one that was poking the bear. Now, notice how you blamed it on black men. Now, when you blame things on black men, the first thing that comes to mind is African American men. Now, this was supposedly a club that was visited by certain people that were not African American. These people were Somali men. So things happen differently for what you were saying. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of Somali men, a lot of people from other countries don't consider themselves black. So when you say things like black men, people think African American men. Now, I look at you as a Somali. I think of other Somalis as people from Africa being what color? Black. But notice that a lot of people, immigrants from other countries who are black, some darker than me, don't consider themselves black. So all of a sudden, people think what? These were black African American men. But according to certain narratives, and certain narratives according to you, you don't consider yourself black. A lot of other people from other countries don't consider themselves black. But all of a sudden, black men did what? They stood around and did nothing. Now, the thing is, these men did nothing because what did you do to initiate the situation? What did you do to poke the bear? What did you do to keep the thing going on and on and on? You know how many of you black modern women like to keep things going. And then when ish hits the fan, all of a sudden, like most modern women, you play the victim. But you had a hand in this. You had something to do with this. The thing is, these men did nothing because maybe you deserved it. Now, I don't want people calling me a coward, saying that she deserves it. No one deserves to get hit on the head with a brick or hit on the head with anything. No violence should be made against people. I'm not condoning violence. But if you initiated this situation and you kept poking and going on and on, like many of you black women do, who don't know when to shut up and keep your mouth shut, things like this happen. Once again, I'm not condoning violence. But the thing is, what did you do to initiate and start and continue this situation? Now let's go to part 2 on word on the street. Word on the street, she did not get hit with a brick. Word on the street, this is an elaborate hoax. Word on the street, she's done this many times before. Check out her social media platform. Oh, but guess what happened? She took down her other social media platform. That way you don't know that this whole thing is a hoax. That way you don't know that in other videos, she's a troublemaker. This is what she does. This is what she do. This is what she does to get attention and to get money on GoFundMe.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watch and they don't give a yeah, this man hit me with grabbed a rock and he hit me in my face and I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. What do you want to see it? What do you want to see it? What do y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face. Oh, yeah.
So she done made $40,000 on the first one, and now they're creating another one with the same scenario but a different person, allegedly. But they saying that they're all friends with Yellow Brick Rotor. So y'all have been fooled. Here's a fourth GoFundMe that they just put up. And y'all believe that this is real. Y'all really believe this is real. Y'all are stupid. Stupid.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why is this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all he is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they're all just watching, and they let that get in the corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
You know who contacted me? The nurse. The nurse from the alleged hospital was not a hospital. It was a clinic. And this is what she had to say. Yes, she came in to get the saline extracted from the side of her face, which means she never got hit with a brick. She injected saline into her face to create the lump. That's why she wore the ski mask, so y'all wouldn't see the lump that she created. And don't forget, she's in the medical field, so she has access to saline. Anyway, let's finish reading. She claimed it was a botched beauty treatment. That's definitely our med check, not the hospital. She must have filmed that little clip while waiting on the nurse after asking her to put on the gown. And y'all fell for this. Y'all fell for this. This is the nurse from the clinic. But I couldn't tell. She gave me other receipts, but I can't show you those receipts. She wanted to prove to me that this was fake. And she begged me not to show you all those receipts because it could get her fired. So we are not going to give you those receipts, but I'm here to tell you, that woman's lying for money. Go to her Instagram. You'll see the other video when she did the same in 2020. Y'all was on our live last night. Y'all saw the investigation we did, the surveillance we did, the phone calls we made, the people we talked to, only to discover this was all a hoax. After contacting the police, the internet contacted the police has no report of the incident. After the venue owner, right there where it happened, checked all of his surveillance cameras, he alleges nothing like this ever happened, that she just came out of nowhere with all these accusations. The guys that were standing around in this video says they never saw the incident. They just heard her screaming and yelling and yapping, and they called the police. She was out there acting crazy and ridiculous, and they just said they left when the police got there. But they never saw anybody hit her with the brick. So long story short, this woman does a lot for views, likes, and GoFundMes. Go look at her GoFundMe history. Go look at her viral history. She does whatever she can to get viral. And the internet is believing that she did sustain real injuries somehow, but she used that to make money and to gain fame through viral videos. And she knew it would work if she blamed black men. And look what happened. Black women lost their mind. They just start bashing black men all across the world because we're trying to hold her accountable like we did Carly Russell. The fact is, this was a hoax for viral views and the $32,000 that she's already raised on her GoFundMe, which she's done before.
Because when I first heard this story, I was like, well, this is crazy. This situation is crazy. This situation is mad people out there. There are crazy people out there who's going to take an object and hit a young lady in the head with this object. What kind of man are you? You should be arrested. You should be shot. This is what was going through my head. But the more and more you was listening to the story, the more and more I was like, something don't seem right. Because a man is not going to be that thirsty and do something like that as in hitting someone over the head with an object. There's more to it. Now, the situation or the scenario, or should I say, word on the street, is that she took some saline solution and she put it into her face to make her face blow up like that, to make it seem as someone hit her on the head with a brick. Now, check out this video, this picture. She's at a club with a ski mask on to hide the saline solution that's in her face. Then she takes the mask off, allegedly, and she claims that people were standing around while this man hit on the head with a brick. This whole thing was a hoax. This whole thing was a setup. She took down her social media platform. That way she don't get caught out there. Because number one, she's not innocent. Number two, word on the street that she taunts people and she's a troublemaker. That's what she does. And now, like most modern women, she's playing the victim. Now, like most modern women, trifling women, thought pockets, that's what she is. She's a thought. This is what they do. They play the victim. That way they can get your sympathy. So the thing is, this woman is a liar. This woman is a fraud. This woman played this elaborate hoax and she got away with it. Look at her GoFundMe page. Look how much money she raised. And this is not the first time she has done this. Women like her has to be stopped. Women like her has to be called out. And women like her, just go your separate ways. Go someplace. Leave people alone because we don't need people like you. We don't want people like you. This is why men are going overseas. This is why men are sick and tired of these modern women here in the state. So this week's Stop Award goes to you for making this elaborate hoax, playing the victim, and doing what modern women do today. Ladies, gentlemen, when a filtered analysis of videos just like this one, I want you to do one thing. Support this channel by hitting that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. That way you are notified when a video comes out each and every week. Don't forget to share this video, comment, subscribe, and let's get the conversation started. You're watching Rewind.